Let us start inorganic chemistry salt analysis. In the salt analysis, let us go for charcoal cavity test. In the salt analysis, we are discussing charcoal cavity test. Charcoal cavity test we will take. Okay. Let us take charcoal. Let us take charcoal. What is the color of charcoal? Is it black? Is it containing only carbon? Okay. So charcoal is containing only carbon. It is black. Okay. Charcoal piece we are taking like this. We are taking a piece of charcoal. Then we will make a cavity in this. We will make a cavity. So in the charcoal piece we made a cavity like this. In the charcoal piece we made a cavity. Okay. Next we will take the given salt. We will take given salt. We will take to the given salt. We will add sodium carbonate. Let us mix both. Let us mix both, and let us crush both. Okay, both are mixed and both are crushed each other and made into a powder form. This powder is taken into this cavity. This powder we are taking into the cavity. Okay, so given salt, sodium carbonate, both are mixed and both are crushed and made into a powder. The powder is taken into the cavity. Then to the cavity a drop of water is added. A drop of water is added. A drop of water is added. Okay, a drop of water is added. Okay, now then we are deflecting reducing flame. Then we are deflecting reducing flame. Then we are deflecting reducing flame. Okay, now how the reducing flame will be there, that we will see. In the Bunsen flame, in the Bunsen flame, in the Bunsen flame, two flames are there. One flame is like this. One flame is like this. This is called a oxidizing flame. This is called a oxidizing flame. Another one is called like this flame will be there. It is called a reducing flame. It is called a reducing flame. So in the Bunsen flame, two flames are there. One is oxidizing flame. Another one is called a reducing flame. This reducing flame is having unburnt carbon atoms. Unburnt carbon atoms. This reducing flame is having unburnt carbon atoms. Therefore, it provides, this reducing flame is having unburnt carbon atoms. Therefore, it is providing carbon atoms so that it is making another substance to undergo reduction, so that it is called a reducing flame. It is called reducing flame. This reducing flame is having unburnt carbon atoms. It is providing carbon atoms to other substance. Therefore, it is making other substance to undergo reduction. In this oxidizing flame, unburnt carbon will not be there. Therefore, this flame is oxidizing another substance, so that it is called a oxidizing flame. It is called oxidizing flame. Okay. Next, we will take blowpipe. We will take a blowpipe. We are taking. We will take blowpipe. We will take that blowpipe. We will place here. That blowpipe we are placing here. The blowpipe is like this. Is there? It is a blowpipe. It is blowpipe. Now this in this blowpipe, blow air. Blow air. If you blow air, what will happen means this reducing flame gets deflected. This reducing flame gets deflected. Okay. Reducing flame is deflecting now. Reducing flame is deflecting. Reducing flame is deflecting like this. Reducing flame is deflecting. Now deflect reducing flame over this substance to the cavity. Deflect this reducing flame to the cavity, to the cavity. So in this cavity, what we have taken? We have taken this powder. We have taken this powder. This powder contains salt and sodium carbonate. And water is 1 drop of water is added in order to avoid spilling of substance, in order to avoid escaping of substance on deflecting reducing flame. Okay, now this reducing flame is deflected over this cavity. In the cavity this powder is present. Okay, now we will see the chemical reaction. Now let us consider the salt is zinc sulfate. The salt is zinc sulfate, or salt is lead nitrate, or salt is copper sulfate, or salt is aluminum chloride. Salt is aluminum chloride. Okay. So any possibility we can take. Or salt is barium chloride, or salt is calcium sulfate, or salt is magnesium sulfate. Like this, any salts we can take. Any salts we can take into for charcoal cavity test. So for charcoal cavity test, you are taking the given salt. Okay. To the given salt, you are adding sodium carbonate. You are adding sodium carbonate. So what happens? Double displacement takes place. Double displacement in the sense, this zinc is taking this carbonate, sodium is taking this sulfate. Double displacement. So zinc takes carbonate and becomes zinc carbonate. Sodium takes sulfate and becomes sodium sulfate. Sodium sulfate. This zinc carbonate on reducing flame, it is undergoing decomposition to give zinc oxide, and carbon dioxide is liberated. Sir. Now lead nitrate. If the salt is lead nitrate, this with the sodium carbonate, we will get a lead carbonate. This lead nitrate with the sodium carbonate, double displacement. This lead takes this carbonate and becomes lead carbonate. Lead carbonate on heating with reducing flame, undergoing decomposition to give lead oxide and carbon dioxide. This lead oxide, by taking carbon from reducing flame, and becomes lead and carbon monoxide. Lead and carbon monoxide. This lead oxide, plumbous oxide, takes carbon from the reducing flame, undergoes a reduction. This is becoming lead metal. Lead metal, carbon and oxygen becomes carbon monoxide. This Pb is having 2 plus oxidation number. That 2 plus oxidation number becomes 0. It is called a reduction. It is undergoing reduction because of this reducing flame. This reducing flame contains carbon. Carbon takes oxygen and becomes carbon monoxide. Okay. Next, this copper sulfate. If the given salt is copper sulfate, this copper takes this carbonate and becomes copper carbonate. This copper carbonate on decomposition gives copper oxide. This copper oxide takes carbon from reducing flame and becomes copper. In this copper oxide, takes reducing flame carbon and becomes copper. Okay. If the given salt is aluminum chloride, this aluminum takes this carbonate and becomes aluminum carbonate. Aluminum carbonate. This aluminum carbonate on decomposition gives alumina Al2O3. Alumina Al2O3. Okay. Next, if the given salt is barium chloride, this barium takes this carbonate and becomes barium carbonate. This barium carbonate on decomposition gives barium oxide. If the given salt is calcium sulfate, then this calcium takes this carbonate and becomes calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate on decomposition gives calcium oxide. Likewise, magnesium sulfate becomes magnesium carbonate, which becomes magnesium oxide. Sir. Now, now the if the given salt is so and so reactions possible in the charcoal cavity test. In so and so reactions. That means if the given salt is zinc sulfate, it becomes zinc oxide in the charcoal cavity test. If the given salt is lead nitrate, it becomes a lead oxide, then lead. If the given salt is copper sulfate, it becomes copper oxide and then copper. If the given salt is aluminum chloride, then it becomes alumina. If the given salt is barium chloride, it becomes barium oxide, likewise calcium oxide and magnesium oxide. Sir, now we will see the cavity. We will see the cavity. Cavity is like this. It is a charcoal cavity. This part is a cavity. This part is cavity. Now first we will take a zinc sulfate salt. Zinc sulfate salt we will take. This zinc sulfate salt is colorless. Zinc sulfate salt is colorless. To this, what we are adding for charcoal cavity test? Sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate also colorless. Now this we are mixing and crushing and making into powder. This powder will be colorless. This powder will be colorless. Okay. This powder is packed here. This powder we are packing in this cavity. Okay. So we are packing this powder in this cavity. The powder is packed in the cavity. The powder is packed in the cavity. This powder contains zinc sulfate and sodium carbonate. Okay, powder is packed. Then a drop of water is added. Then we are adding a drop of water. Due to this water, powder is settling in the cavity very nicely. The powder is settling in the cavity very nicely. Now we are deflecting, reducing flame. Now we are deflecting, reducing flame. Okay, reducing flame is deflected. Reducing flame is deflected. Reducing flame is deflected. Reducing flame is deflected. Okay, reducing flame is deflected over this substance. Now double decomposition takes place. In the double decomposition, what happens? Zinc sulfate. Zinc sulfate, zinc takes carbonate and becomes zinc carbonate. This on decomposition gives zinc oxide. Therefore, this powder is becoming what? Now zinc oxide. This powder is becoming zinc oxide. Now what is there means here zinc oxide is present. Here what is there? Zinc oxide is present. Here what is present in the sense zinc oxide. This zinc oxide is present here. Zinc oxide is present. Now this zinc oxide looks in what manner in the hot condition and what manner in the cold condition, that we'll see. This zinc oxide appears yellow in hot, yellow in hot, and colorless in cold, colorless in cold, colorless in cold. So this zinc oxide appears yellow in hot condition and colorless in cold condition. Okay. This is the observation. If given salt, if the given salt is so and so, then it will behave in this way. Okay. Next we'll see. Next salt we'll take. If you take lead nitrate is colorless salt. Lead carbonate is colorless. Lead oxide. This lead oxide is appearing brown in hot and yellow in cold. Yellow in cold. This plumbous oxide appears brown in hot and yellow in cold. Now this we will see. This we will see. Now the given salt is what in the sense lead nitrate. Let us take lead nitrate and sodium carbonate mixed powder in the cavity. We are deflecting, reducing flame. After deflecting, reducing flame, in the cavity what will be there? Okay. Now we are taking lead nitrate and sodium carbonate mixture. So here what will be there in the cavity? That we will see. In the cavity what will be there means here what is present in the sense lead oxide is present. We are taking lead nitrate salt. We are taking lead nitrate salt. It is colorless. It is mixed with the sodium carbonate. It is also colorless. Then it is undergoing double decomposition and gives lead carbonate. This lead carbonate on decomposition gives lead oxide. This lead oxide, plumbous oxide. That plumbous oxide present here. Here what is present means plumbous oxide. This plumbous oxide undergoes a reduction. This plumbous oxide undergoes a reduction with carbon to give what in the sense Pb, to give lead. To give lead. Lead is present here. Lead is present here. Lead is present here. It is called incrustation. Incrustation. This is present here. Lead is present around the cavity. Lead is present around the cavity. This is here. What is present means here in this it is called incrustation. This incrustation is lead. It is present around the cavity. Around the cavity above. Around the cavity above, lead is present. Now here in this hot condition, this plumbous oxide in hot condition appear as brown, appear as brown. In cold condition, this plumbous oxide appearing as yellow, appearing as yellow. This incrustation lead, it is gray, it is gray. We will take a paper, we will take a paper. Let us write this one. Let us take this as a tool and we will write here. It is marking, it is marking here, it is marking here. So that this gray, this is marking over the paper, marking over the paper. This lead is this lead, it is gray in color, it is marking over the paper. So this is called incrustation. This we are getting over the cavity, over the cavity we are getting. So lead nitrate salt, lead nitrate salt behaves in what way? Okay, lead nitrate salt is colorless salt, sodium carbonate is colorless. On mixing both we are getting lead carbonate which is colorless. This on decomposition gives plumbous oxide. Plumbous oxide present in the cavity which is having brown color in hot condition, which shows yellow color in a cold condition. This undergoes a reduction with the reducing flame carbon. This undergoes this undergoes reduction with carbon to give lead. Now you see that this PbO is called plumbous oxide. This plumbous oxide is undergoing reduction with carbon. Reduction with carbon to give what in the sense of Pb. This Pb is present around the cavity. It is a cavity in the sense, it is a cavity in the sense around the cavity it is present. Around the cavity this Pb is present. This is called, this metallic bead is called incrustation. This is metallic bead, this is a metallic bead. This metallic bead is called a incrustation. This metallic bead is called a incrustation generally. Generally, how do we say that it is present in the cavity? We are saying no. Cavity word we are saying no. In the cavity, plumbous oxide is present. Around the cavity, what is there? Metallic bead is present. That is lead. That is called incrustation. That is called incrustation. Okay. So the metallic bead lead metal is present around the cavity. Around the cavity, what is there means lead metal is present. It is gray in color. It is it marks on the paper. It is writing on the paper. Okay, writing on the paper. It will give some shades on the paper. If you the taking this and rubbing over the paper in the sun, some shading we will get it. Okay, so that lead nitrate salt becomes lead carbonate, which on decomposition gives plumbous oxide. Plumbous oxide is brown in color in hot and yellow in cold. This plumbous oxide undergoes further reduction. It is undergoing reduction with the reducing flame carbon and becomes what means lead. Both are available, both are appearing in the cavity. It is some amount of this is present in the cavity. Around the cavity some amount lead is present. That means plumbous oxide completely not converting. Some amount of plumbous oxide converting into lead, remaining plumbous oxide present in the cavity. So the cavity is appearing brown in hot condition and yellow in cold condition. And around the cavity this lead is present which is gray. Rest are colorless. See, lead carbonate is colorless, lead nitrate is colorless, sodium carbonate is colorless. Only this is what in color? Gray color. It will not be present in the cavity. It is present above and around the cavity. It is present above and around the cavity. It is present. Okay. Next, if the given salt is copper sulfate is light blue in color. It is mixed with sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate is colorless. Copper sulfate and sodium carbonate gives copper carbonate. This copper carbonate is green. Copper carbonate is green. Now see that copper sulfate is pale blue, but copper carbonate is green. Copper carbonate is green. Now this on decomposition gives cupric oxide. This with reducing flame carbon gives copper. This copper, you can see that copper wire, you might have seen copper wire, how it is appearing reddish brown. So it is appearing like red beads. It is appearing like red beads. So copper is available. Copper wires, you can see that copper wire is appearing reddish brown. So like this reddish brown, it is appearing. So copper sulfate is light blue. It is this with the sodium carbonate gives copper carbonate. It is copper carbonate is green. Copper carbonate on decomposition gives cupric oxide. This cupric oxide with reducing flame carbon becomes copper. Copper is a reddish brown. Okay. Aluminum chloride salt, it is colorless salt. This with sodium carbonate gives aluminum carbonate, colorless. This on decomposition gives alumina. This on decomposition gives alumina. Alumina is having very high melting point. Okay. Alumina we are getting. It is not undergoing. It is not converting into aluminium. Why? Because it requires very high temperature to convert into. It requires very high temperature to convert into aluminum with carbon, so that it stops at aluminum oxide. Now barium chloride gives barium oxide. It is this aluminum oxide is colorless. Barium oxide is colorless. Calcium oxide is colorless. Magnesium oxide is colorless. Zinc oxide is colorless. Zinc oxide is colorless in cold condition. Colorless in cold condition. Yellow in hot condition. Yellow in hot condition. Yellow in hot condition. These are alumina, barium oxide, calcium oxide, magnesium oxide are colorless. Okay. So the charcoal cavity is called charcoal cavity test. In charcoal cavity test, we are converting the given salt into its carbonate. Then carbonate on decomposition gives metal oxide. Metal oxide undergoes a reduction with reducing flame carbon to give metallic bead. Now, some salts are giving only metal oxide, some salts are continuing up to metallic bead. Now, zinc sulfate salt gives metallic oxide only, zinc oxide. Lead nitrate salt gives metallic oxide, lead oxide, and metallic bead, lead. Copper sulfate salt gives metallic oxide, copper oxide, and metallic bead, copper. Aluminum salt gives aluminum sulfate solid, aluminum sulfate, metallic oxide. Barium chloride solid gives barium oxide. Calcium salt gives calcium oxide. Magnesium salt gives magnesium oxide. Okay, this is the result of what charcoal cavity test. If we get a colorless residue in the charcoal cavity test, then we can proceed to cobalt 2 nitrate test. We can proceed to cobalt 2 nitrate test. If uh, if the residue is colorless in the charcoal cavity test, if the residue is colorless in the charcoal cavity test, then it is taken to cobalt 2 nitrate test. Cobalt 2 nitrate test. Okay. How to do cobalt 2 nitrate test? That we will see. Now we are taking a charcoal cavity. We are taking charcoal cavity. Then we are taking a given salt. We are taking given salt. We are taking the given salt is a zinc sulfate, and it is mixed with the sodium carbonate. Reducing flame is deflected. Reducing flame is deflected. Then it is becoming what? It is becoming metal oxide. In the cavity, what is there? Metal oxide is there. Now in the cavity what is there means metal oxide is there, zinc oxide. Metal oxide, zinc oxide is present. Then now this zinc oxide is colorless in a cold condition. It is colorless in cold condition. Therefore, it is taken to cobalt 2 nitrate salt solution. Cobalt 2 nitrate solution. So, to this, what is added in the sense? Cobalt 2 nitrate. Cobalt 2 nitrate solution. Cobalt 2 nitrate solution. 1 or 2 drops will be added. Then, oxidizing flame will be deflected. Then we have to deflect oxidizing flame. we are deflecting oxidizing flame. What is the chemical reaction takes place? Cobalt nitrate, cobalt to nitrate, cobalt to nitrate on decomposition gives nitrate gives NO2 gas and oxygen gas, and metallic oxide. Metallic oxide is cobalt to oxide. Metallic oxide is cobalt to oxide we are getting. This cobalt oxide combines with the zinc oxide. This cobalt oxide combines with the zinc oxide to give double salt. Double salt is called COO It is called double oxide. It is called double oxide. Double oxide is what means COOZNO. This we can write as a COZNO2. COZNO2. That means CO is having 2 plus oxidation number. ZnO2 is having net charge 2 minus. So zinc is present in anionic part. Zinc is present in anionic part. This is called cobalt zincate. It is called cobalt zincate. This is having color Rinmann's green. It is having color Rinmann's green. So this cobalt zincate color is what means Rinmann's green, we can say cobalt zincate. So in this cavity, we have taken a zinc sulfate salt. It is mixed with sodium carbonate. This mixture we have taken, we deflected reducing flame. Now this zinc sulfate and sodium carbonate this is undergoing double displacement. So zinc and carbonate becomes zinc carbonate. Zinc carbonate on thermal decomposition gives zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is colorless. Okay, if the residue is colorless in the charcoal cavity test, then it is taken to cobalt to nitrate salt solution test. Now 1 or 2 drops of cobalt to nitrate solution is added, which is blue in color. Cobalt nitrate salt solution, 1 or 2 drops will be added. Then oxidizing flame is deflected over this. Now cobalt nitrate is undergoing decomposition. Nitrate on decomposition gives NO2 and O2. This cobalt is becoming cobalt oxide, metallic oxide. This cobalt 2 oxide, this COO, cobalt 2 oxide, and this zinc oxide becoming double oxide, COO and ZNO. This we can write as COZNO2. Now this CO is having 2 plus oxidation number. This ZNO2 is having 2 minus net charge. So zinc is present in a anionic part. It is called cobalt zincate. This cobalt zincate appearing as a Rinmann's green. Cobalt zincate shows what color? Rinmann's green color it shows. Rinmann's green color. It is this test is called cobalt to nitrate test. Cobalt to nitrate test. So for which one we have to take for cobalt to nitrate test? If the residue in charcoal cavity test is colorless, if the residue in charcoal cavity test is colorless, then it is taken to cobalt nitrate test. Now, cobalt nitrate solution is having blue color. Then oxidizing flame. Oxidizing flame is deflected to the residue. Now, cobalt nitrate undergoing decomposition to give cobalt oxide NO2 and O2. This cobalt oxide combines with the zinc oxide to give double oxide COO This double oxide formula we can write COZNO2. It is CO2 plus ZNO2 2 minus. This is called cobalt zincate. This is having what color? Rinmann's green. It is having Rinmann's green. Now we will take another salt, we will take another substance, we will take. Now we will see another substance. That substance is what? In the sense lead nitrate we cannot take to cobalt nitrate salt solution test because it is having color. It is having color. Sorry. Copper sulfate also we cannot take to cobalt nitrate salt solution test because it is having color. It is having a CuO is black. CuO is black. If it is colorless, then we have to take for a cobalt nitrate test. It is having black color. Aluminum chloride is giving alumina. It is colorless. Therefore, it can be taken to cobalt nitrate test. Alumina can be taken to cobalt nitrate test. So alumina gives what? Alumina with cobalt nitrate. Cobalt nitrate test means that will give cobalt oxide. Cobalt oxide. This alumina with cobalt oxide gives COO.Al2O3. This we can also write as COO Al2O3. O4, COL2O4. It is called a cobalt meta aluminate. It is called a cobalt meta aluminate. It is called cobalt meta aluminate. It is having a what color? Thenard's blue. It is having color is a Thenard's blue. It is having color a Thenard's blue. Thenard's blue color it is having cobalt meta aluminate. So here here aluminum salt, this aluminum salt with sodium carbonate gives aluminum carbonate. Aluminum carbonate on decomposition gives alumina. It is not undergoing any further reaction. This alumina with cobalt oxide, this alumina with cobalt oxide gives a cobalt meta aluminate. This is having what color? Thenard's blue color. It is having Thenard's blue color. Okay. Next we will see magnesium salt. Magnesium also, salt gives a magnesium oxide. Magnesium salt gives a magnesium oxide. Okay. This magnesium oxide, that magnesium oxide with this cobalt oxide, magnesium oxide with cobalt oxide gives a pink color. Magnesium oxide we are taking, magnesium oxide with cobalt oxide gives a pink color. Pink color we are getting. This is COMgO2. COMgO2. This is having a pink color. It is having. So it is these are the test for a charcoal cavity test. So, charcoal cavity test come cobalt nitrate test. Sir, okay. So which we have to take for cobalt nitrate test? If residue in charcoal cavity test is colorless. If residue in charcoal cavity test is colorless, then that residue is taken to cobalt nitrate salt solution test. Now we are taking a colorless residue of charcoal cavity. To this we are adding cobalt nitrate solution 1 or 2 drops. Then oxidizing flame is deflected. Cobalt nitrate decomposes to give cobalt oxide. This cobalt oxide takes this white residue zinc oxide to give cobalt zincate COZnO2. Here cation is CO2 plus. Anionic part is ZnO2 minus. Anionic part is ZnO2 minus. Okay. This is nothing but COO It is one oxide, cobalt oxide. It is zinc oxide. So two oxides are mixed. Therefore, it is called double oxide. Now, this double oxide, this cobalt zincate is having Rinman's green. Cobalt zincate is having Rinman's green. Next salt we will take. Next salt is lead nitrate salt. We will take lead nitrate salt. We are taking lead nitrate salt. This lead nitrate salt is giving lead oxide. It is having color in hot and cold. Therefore, this cannot be taken. This cannot be taken to charcoal. We cannot take this to cobalt nitrate set test. Copper sulfate is giving a cupric oxide and copper. It is having color. It is also having color. So we cannot take this to cobalt nitrate test. Aluminum salt is giving a alumina which is colorless. So we are taking this to cobalt nitrate test. So in the cobalt nitrate test, alumina with cobalt nitrate gives cobalt oxide. Alumina with cobalt oxide gives COO.Al2O3, COAl2O4. This is called cobalt metaaluminate. This is called Thenard's blue. Likewise, magnesium oxide is colorless. That with cobalt oxide gives pink. The pink color is due to COMgO2. COMgO2. Here also double oxide, COOMgO, double oxide. Okay, next we'll see flame test. Now, how do we do flame test? That we'll see. For doing flame test, let us take a watch glass. Let us take watch glass. To the watch glass, let us take the given salt. To the given salt, let us add a concentrated HCl. Let us add concentrated HCl. Okay. One student asks that zinc oxide also having color. Then how do we take to cobalt nitrate salt solution test? Zinc oxide is colorless in a normal condition. In the normal condition, zinc oxide is colorless. So that only we are taking zinc oxide to the cobalt nitrate test. Okay. So now we will see next. Now we are seeing flame test. Now we are seeing a flame test here. Flame test we will see. In the charcoal cavity test we have seen, cobalt nitrate test we have seen. Now we will see flame test. In the flame test we are taking watch glass. In the watch glass means it is just like a plate, glass plate. In the watch glass we will take a given salt. We will take a given salt in the watch glass. Then we will add a concentrated HCl. To this salt, concentrated HCl we are taking. Then we are taking glass rod. Using glass rod, we are mixing these two and we are making this as a paste. We are making this as a paste. This paste is taken at one end of the glass rod and introduced into the oxidizing flame and introduced into oxidizing flame. Now flame color we have to see. Flame color we have to see. Now we have to see the flame color. So in the flame color we are seeing, using the flame color we are saying the salt contains which cation we can say. So you are taking a watch glass. In the flame test you are taking a watch glass. In the watch glass you are taking a salt. You are adding 1 or 2 drops of corn HCl. Using glass rod, you are mixing these two and making as a paste. This paste is taken at one end of the glass rod. This paste is taken at one end of the glass rod. Then it is introduced into the oxidizing flame. Now we will see the flame is like this. It is called oxidizing flame. This is called what means reducing flame. Reducing flame like this will be there. Now let us take a glass rod. We will take in the glass rod end. This paste is there. Now it is a glass rod. The glass rod is introduced into the oxidizing flame. At the end of the glass rod, here, at the end of the glass rod, a paste is there. That paste is introduced into which one? In the sense oxidizing flame. The paste is introduced. Now introducing the paste gives some color. Now some color is appearing. Some color is appearing here. Some color is appearing in the flame. Some color is appearing in the flame. Some color is appearing in the flame. If the color is golden yellow, if the color is golden yellow, then the given salt contains sodium. If the color is violet, then we can say the given salt contains potassium. If the color is brick red, it is not persistent. Not persistent means it exists no longer. It exists no longer. Brick red is not persistent. It is if the flame appears so and so color, then the given salt contains calcium. If the flame appears crimson red, crimson red in the sense dark red, crimson red. If the flame appears crimson red, it is persistent. Persistent. Then we can say the given salt contains strontium. Given salt contains strontium. Crimson red means deep red color. Deep red color is appearing in the above, appearing around this flame. Around this flame. Around this flame, it is persistent. Then this crimson red is indicating that the given salt contains strontium. And if the flame is apple green, the apple in the sense green color apple also available. How it is appearing like that? Apple green color is appearing in the flame. It is this apple green is persistent. This apple green is persistent. It is available. This color is available after prolonged heating. After prolonged heating, this color is available. If apple green is available, then the given salt is containing barium. The given salt contains barium, we can say. Now this is a flame test. So how to do flame test? You are taking a watch glass. In the watch glass, you are taking a pinch of salt. To the pinch of salt, you are adding corn HCl. Using glass rod, you are making as a paste. That paste is introduced into the oxidizing flame. If the around the flame, if around the flame golden yellow color is appearing, then the given salt contains sodium. If the flame appears, if the